Welcome to the Long Range Pursuit Podcast, presented by Gunwerks, where we learn about and share long-range shooting techniques, science, and gear.
Welcome to Long Range Pursuit, guys.
Thanks. This is really exciting to get to be here today.
Yeah, awesome.
We don't really have an agenda. First, introduce yourselves, and then we'll kind of just go into it.
Sounds great. My name's Keegan McCarthy. I'm the owner and operator of Coastal Alaska Adventures, based out of Juneau, Alaska. And here with me today, I have my best hunting partner.
Yeah, I'm Brecklin. I'm his son, and I go on all these cool adventures with him and get to share a lot of awesome adventures and opportunities.
How many adventures? Too many?
Not enough.
Not
Oh.
Perfect. Good answer.
Yeah, is there any such thing as too many? You know, his school would disagree with us. I think they say we go on a little too many adventures. When he got into his newest school he's at right now, they went back over his files, and we talked a lot about all the things we do together, and they said, well, you might have to cut that back a little bit. I said, we're not going to cut it back. We'll just try to make it fit better into the school schedule. So,
What did you just tell me? You got an extension to start school in October?
Yeah. We were planning to go over to New Zealand this summer and hunting and skiing since it's their winter, and so we had to ask our school if we could stay and extend a little month and skip the first month or two of school.
And what would you have done if they said no?
found a new school. I mean, that's been one of my firm beliefs. I was raised up in Alaska by my dad, and he was a wildlife biologist, and I spent my entire life outdoors. I was lucky enough to get homeschooled through a lot of that, so we got to go out and do extended adventures. But my dad did also have one firm belief that school is important, but life is as important or more. Yeah. So getting to go out and do those adventures, I mean, if somebody really tried to stymie the things that he and I get to do together, we have the flexibility to just say no. And I've just decided as a dad and as a parent, my wife agrees with me, we get one chance to do this right with our kids. And we're blessed enough to get to have a lot of cool adventures, and we're going to take them, and we're not going to, if it started to impact him scholastically, I think we would, have to take a look at that, but he's doing pretty good at school. And
I can tell you it's not affecting him very much.
Yeah, I try and stay ahead of it when I am in school and when I can have those long times of school when I'm in school to kind of do well so my teachers know I'm not falling behind because I'm
doing a lot of homework after hours for sure, probably.
Yeah.
I've tried to figure out some days whose kid he really is, because on his way to ski races, he's getting all his homework done on the way there. And I'm like, that's impressive. I'm proud of you, man. I'm usually the guy that was doing it on the way home. So
that's pretty good.
But he knows if he wants to keep doing the fun stuff we get to do, he's going to stay ahead, and he's driven. So
yeah. And I see some of my friends who are not doing too well, and it's kind of like, okay, I have to stay ahead of them and keep my teachers liking me and keep them. So they're like, we have to fill out a absence request form before we leave school, and it's kind of like, am I ready to leave? How much schoolwork am I gonna have? I'm going here, I'll be back then.
Your teachers probably hate you because they got to get their stuff done beforehand. They're like, okay, you've got to have your 2 months out homework, and they're like, gosh.
Yeah, but also when I'm filling that out, they're usually like one of my friends one time, my teachers were like, no, you're not ready to leave. I can't accept this, but I mean, I can't stop you. So I try and always strive for them to be like, yeah, you're ready for this.
That's good.
You're
cool.
Pretty ahead and doing good in whatever we're working on right now.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 13.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why you guys are here.
Yeah.
Among other things, but we're picking out a gun for you, right?
Yep. Yeah, my dad got me a special gun for my 13th birthday as a present that I can keep for a while and always have as memories, and I'm really excited to go and test some out and see what I can get.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we just did a tour of the shop. What did you guys think? We haven't shot any guns yet. We're going to do that this afternoon, but the tour's over with. Give me your initial reaction.
Well, I can say from my perspective, it was kind of what I expected. I mean, I knew Gunwerks is known for the quality and these just incredible packages that they build.
And the tests, it's not like you were saying, it's not, we're you don't just build a gun, send it to us, you make sure every little spec is right and everything is perfect, so that you get a gun that has already been shot and already tuned in for you.
and to get to see that process, all the fine tuning, all the different things from the raw material used to the shipping process. I mean, everything. I could have spent 2 days in there with each of those guys learning about what they do.
100%. We caught on the suppressor guy for a little bit.
Yeah, the suppressor guy was awesome. I mean, I could have sat there and learned about welds, and we do a lot of welding on our boats in Alaska, so that was really something I could tune in with him on, and I understood, what he's talking about. And also, I've never seen how a suppressor is actually put together. But that process and the fact that he's, looking at each one of those and he's inspecting the weld personally on every single suppressor that goes out the door. And the same with all, like Brecklin just said, with all the different guns and everything that's gone through here.
It's true high quality. Like, it's not like robot checked. It's like personal, like human checked. Like, okay, this is good. And like we saw in some of the trash bins, like just like unused stuff that came out wrong, and they just like, it's not perfect, so it's like out. And it's just cool that like it all has to be perfect, and it all has to be like such at a high standard that like you just like the tiny little detail can cause a whole gun to go wrong, and it's just you guys make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, that's all part of why I wanted to do this for your birthday. We got to get to know Derek here and obviously the company. And when I was sitting there struggling with what do you do for your son on his 13th birthday, like, sure, this is a pretty big gift, but it was like, I want something that he's going to be able to carry with him the rest of his life. He's a hunter, he's an outdoorsman, but something that, maybe even after Dad's gone, that he can sit there and look at. And I think you guys getting to put on this tour for us and show us everything you're doing and get to meet you and your dad, to me, this is going to make that just so much more special.
Full experience. We got a private Uber ride from Driggs, Idaho.
That's true.
You were over skiing, right?
Yeah, I was over in Grand Targhee, right up in Driggs at a ski race, and
placed 5th.
Yeah,
and then
placed 5th in the slalom day, which was pretty cool as a first year. And yeah,
picked you guys up right after the ski races.
Yeah,
had some dinner last night. Tour this morning.
Nothing like the private plane ride to bring us over. So I'm not sure how many 13-year-olds get this birthday present, but
it's pretty legit. I got a
medal
spanking,
in my pocket.
I'm pretty sure.
It's probably what he deserves. He's worked hard for this, and we've been really proud of him through the ski season. And also, he's become more and more part of the business. He's out there all the time with us on the hunts. He kind of guided his first black bear hunter with me alongside him last year. We had a 10-year-old boy that was coming up to hunt black bears with us, and that was just one of the coolest experiences I got to share, was watching my son along with this dad and his son. And I think we, both us dads almost cried a little bit when that one was over, because here you've got to experience that together. And from the client's perspective, he gets to watch his son harvest his first black bear, and from my perspective, I get to have my son right beside me as we're guiding this hunt. And then he did a majority of the skinning and the processing of the animal, and
that's pretty
cool. We've got super cool photos of him with the client, and it's like, okay, this is the best day of my life.
I was planning on doing this podcast. I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm like, okay, how am I going to entertain this kid while you and I are doing the podcast? Then at dinner last night, I realized how intertwined your kid was into your company. I'm like, he's coming in the podcast for sure.
That's super
I think it's super awesome.
Yeah.
It reminds me of me and my dad, other than you're 13 years younger than I am.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night. I got a little later start, but we still got a lot of fun left to have together. And no, it's been really cool to watch him progress and become, an avid part of everything we're doing besides the hunter. And on top of that, I better mention, we do have, my wife's got our daughter this week down at the She Hunts camp in Texas. So we're raising another one right behind us. And
it's cool.
It's so important for us as outdoorsmen and sportsmen and conservationists and hunters to be bringing up this next generation and to teach them right and to teach them these ethics. And it's exciting for me because I get to teach them both sides. I get to teach them the hunting side, but I also get to teach them the business side. Mm-hmm. And more importantly, all the mistakes I made, because, I never went to college. We never did any of that. I don't have a business degree. So learning all this, and I've had to learn through the school of hard knocks, and I'm hoping I make it a little easier for him, but he's still going to start on the bottom of scrubbing the boat too.
And it's pretty cool to see, like, kind of like maybe how you see for me, but like to see like my sister go through right now and how she's just going to this camp and she's like texting Dad, like, what's something Bubby hasn't shot that I can shoot? Like, what? Like,
she's
just
getting a little
cool
competitive.
Just kind of cool to see her now coming up through it and wanting and getting engaged in it, like how I was at that age.
Yeah.
I think it's really important that we capture the youth before they get into the video games and all that, because like you said, the youth is the future.
Well, and I really feel passionate about that, and that's one thing our company's been huge on over the years. I feel, with the exception of maybe guys like you, Derek, who have obviously been brought into it, probably through business, and your dad was a hunter and things like that, but we lost kind of an entire generation of hunters. I don't see many clients. I don't see a lot of hunters, in that 20 to 30 or 20 to 40 year old range, like we've seen of the 40 to 60, the baby boomer generation. Incredible amount of hunters. And we see that in the statistics of we've lost hunters across the board until COVID helped buoy those numbers back up. But that's been one thing that I've said, and through a lot of different channels, is like, we have to recapture, just like you said, this generation. You have to capture them in that age between 8 and 12. I kind of really believe that at 12, if they haven't hunted, it's going to be harder to get them out in the field. I'm not saying impossible. We can do it, but it's just like this. You get it in your blood.
But if I
skiing's going to start taking over your time. You're like, well, do I go skiing or do I go hunting?
Yeah,
it's gonna get pretty hard for you.
But if I hadn't hunted if we hadn't lived in Colorado and went to our ranch and gone up, and I got to shoot my first antelope, I was 8. I think it was really just important, like those moments that really fun. Like I came back the next year, Dad, when can I shoot a bigger one? When can I just because it was so fun out there. Shh, be quiet, they're right up there. Oh, okay. Oh, I spooked them. Just that cool experience that keeps you coming back, that if you don't experience that by this age, my age, then I feel a lot of my friends, even if they experience that now, they're not gonna have the same feeling or same kind of almost nostalgia that's oh whoa, it's really cool to get to do that and have a mentor that takes you through it. And it's also a big part of, do you have parents that do it? Do you have parents that support it? How do they feel about it? How do you feel? Which kind of leads into how you feel about it.
Yeah, exactly. No, and we've got to have some great adventures together doing that. And that's one thing we do with our company for sure is, it's very rare we charge a youth hunter. And I know at our elk hunting operation in Colorado, anyone under 16, we're letting them hunt for free. It's just more important to get them out there. Money's not everything, but getting the future of our heritage. It really is our heritage.
Same with our Africa partners. They don't do any youth charges. Yeah. Anyone under 18 comes for free.
That's awesome. No, that's what we got to be doing. And then we're pretty passionate about that. So,
well, we've kind of teased what Alaska Coastal Adventures is. Tell me, what do you do?
So,
something in Alaska.
Yeah, we do something in Alaska. The name kind of gives you the hint. We're Coastal Alaska Adventures. We offer, we call them yacht-based hunting adventures in Southeast Alaska. So I was raised in Juneau, Alaska. Juneau, Alaska is the capital of Alaska. It's located right on the heart of the inside passageway of Southeast Alaska. And if you're not familiar with that area, it's thousands of square miles of, it's called an archipelago, islands and waterways, bays, fjords. So all those areas we operate in are on the Tongass National Forest. It's the largest national forest in North America, 17 million acres. Beautiful old growth rainforest everywhere we're hunting. But it's strategically hard to get to by foot. There's no roads throughout Southeast Alaska. You could technically use planes, but of course the number one access is boats. So what we identified early on, 20, 30 years ago, was being able to access these areas the best way is through the use of different types of vessels. So we kind of took that to the next level. We started off of a 36-foot boat when we started this business, but we kind of graduated up over the years. We now operate off 2 different main vessels. We have a 70-foot custom expedition style yacht, and then we have a 100-foot true luxury yacht. And those become your motherships. They're your floating lodge for hunting. So you're living on board these beautiful boats, 4 private staterooms in each boat. You got your own bathroom and shower. We got first-class chefs on board. I try to sell all that up before I sell the hunting because it's really such a unique experience.
Yeah, hunting off a yacht.
It's always
so cool.
When we're out, I'm like, when can we go back to the boat and just hang out and relax and get dinner?
And then not only are you back at a beautiful facility with a great meal, and we're going to pull some crab pots, maybe we're going to catch a salmon or halibut to cook up for dinner. But if the hunting goes bad in that area, which is rare, or the weather kicks up, or we're just not finding what we want right there, we pull the anchor and we move the lodge.
That's so cool.
So where do you get to do that, right? Like, okay, we're not going to have an extra 2-hour car ride tomorrow to get to
the next lodge.
While you're sleeping tonight, the captain moves the boat over and you wake up in a whole new place and go, cool, let's check this out.
That's so cool.
So I'd say that's kind of what's lent us to, building what we have. But one of the other things, and we kind of talked about it, is the area we hunt. We're hunting for our brown bears. We hunt the giant coastal brown bears. We're hunting on what's called the ABC Islands. It's a really unique area. It's Admiralty, Baranof, and Chichagof Islands. We hunt the A and the C right now, Admiralty and Chichagof. Admiralty Island, which is almost entirely a national monument, which makes it extremely beautiful. It's undeveloped. It's this raw land. The name of that island traditionally was Kootznoowoo, which is the native Alaskan name for the island, which means Fortress of the Bears. There are more bears per square mile on that island than anywhere on Earth.
Black and brown?
Just brown. So the ABC Islands only host brown bears. They've killed everything. They've kicked everything off. They're the kings, right? So for millennia, since the last ice age, they've just sort of taken over these islands. There's nothing there that competes with them. The only other real big game animal there is our Sika blacktail deer, which we also hunt. The deer and the bear have learned to pretty much coexist. The bear will eat the deer, but it's pretty funny. In the spring, you'll see them side by side. That bear's not going to exert the energy to kill that deer.
He'd rather catch some fish or something.
So much other food, exactly.
Yeah.
Thousands of salmon streams on these islands. Grass, berries. These bears are big, fat, and happy. They'll eat the fawns during fawning period. They'll eat a carcass. They'll definitely chase a deer if they had to, but it's pretty interesting to see. But
they're not true grizzly bears.
No, they're not scavengers. They're not they're not chasing down anything they can eat.
Mad for food there.
So that's a pretty unique way where we're getting to hunt those bears and just seeing so many bears. We'll see 15 to 20 bears a day per hunter.
And how many people get to hunt that island?
So that's a good question. I think our target harvest on that island is about, don't quote me on this, 60 to 80 bears a year. So it's not really a lot. And it's an 1,800 square mile island.
Because they're still trying to preserve it. Right?
Yeah, preserve it. It's one of the most well-managed bear hunts in the world. We have a whole team that manages of the state and federal biologists and land managers that have really well managed this bear hunting population. And then we as guides have become, the guiding community in Southeast Alaska, there's a few of us who are doing these boat-based hunts, are really the stewards of the land as well. And I work really closely with a lot of them. We have a lot of meetings and we all work together because we want to see this go into perpetuity, of how great this hunting is. So it's created, I think, one of the best bear hunting experiences a person could have. That's
cool. So like an ultra luxury bear hunting experience.
Yeah. With still great hunting. It's, some guys like, this is just a boat hunt. It's like, no, this is like, I've bought out 8 other outfitters over the years to make sure I have probably the largest hunting area available in Southeast Alaska for any outfitter. Then we brought in the great boats. So we're definitely catering to, the higher luxury end experience coupled with incredible hunting. Same with our black bear.
What does that hunting look like? So we went over the experience on the boat, your own room, bathrooms, amazing food, fishing, other activities. What's the hunt look like? You wake up in the morning, chillax day. You said something last time we talked about you got a lot of light? Yeah.
So most of our bear hunts, the majority of our bear hunts are conducted in the spring. So we hunt them in April and May. Those bears are just coming out of hibernation. The first thing that turns green is the beach grass. So they've just woke up after a 9-month nap. They're starving. The only food available is right on the beaches. So as they're going to pour out of the mountains, they're going to head straight to the beach. So we wake up in the morning during the springtime. We've got about, 18 hours of daylight.
That's crazy.
That is. And so it might get
is that
daylight.
18 hours of hunting light too?
Oh yeah. I mean, it'd be 3 a.m. till
you could have a productive day.
You could. But what we found is the best time to start hunting bears is 2 p.m. So we wake up, you have a nice relaxed brunch the chef prepares, maybe do some fishing, play some cards depending on the weather, get up, and then what happens then is we each load up individually, you and your guide, in an 18-foot aluminum skiff.
Or kind of like your own party.
Or your group, your father, son, however you want to break it up. And you're just going to head out for the day with your guide in your own little boat. So
and they know the spots, and they go, and then you stay out all night. And
all day, not all night.
Don't scare them.
It's kind of all night. You
get until evening.
Until like 11.
Yeah, when it gets dark. So like in the springtime, especially on our black bears, it'll stay daylight till 11 o'clock at night.
That's crazy.
And I mean, broad daylight. It's Alaska. I mean, it's the land of the midnight sun, right? So that's why we don't even go till 2. You're still getting an 8-9 hour hunting day by leaving at 2 p.m. Bears are traditionally very nocturnal, and they're evening feeders. So that's why we get out there at 2. Mostly we leave at 2 because we're starting to get bored. Honestly, if I was hunting for myself, I'd probably leave at 6 in the evening because I know we're probably going to harvest your bear after 7. Almost all of our bears are harvested sometime between 7 p.m. and dark. Sometimes we get them as early as 4 p.m. They're out for a quick feeding cycle. A lot of the times we'll identify a bear at midday, but he doesn't stay out. He's grabbing a midday snack. We'll spot him. That's a good bear. If he doesn't stay out long enough, though, we know we're going to stake that guy out for the rest of the day because we know he's coming back out that evening. And typically that's kind of how we do it.
So you're just boating up a little channels of river and then, okay, there's a bear, or you just keep on going,
There's
turn
so many
around, do it
hidden
again.
little bays and like channels that just run up and then like and with the tide and stuff, and they come out and get the clams, and it's just like there's so you'd be amazed with how many different just little like coves there are up there that you just go up and cruise back down, cruise up. Oh, there's one.
Have you covered all of it before? You always find new spots.
Oh, every year I find a new spot. I mean, I've spent my entire life doing this, like I said, and every once in a while I'll come around a corner or find a little hidden spot. In fact, I just saw one on a chart that I didn't know was there. And I'm like, I'm going to go see that this spring. This global satellite imaging and stuff has really changed some stuff where now we're looking at that in the wintertime going, I wonder what's been going on in there. So that's kind of it in a nutshell on the bears. Just cruise around. A lot of the bears we can just judge right from the skiff rag. No, that's a small one that we call them dinks. There's a dink, okay. Or cookie cutters. It just looks like a lot of these bears just come out of a stamp, 8-foot brown bear, 8-foot brown bear, 8-foot brown bear. And my guides and I, we can identify those and not waste time. But then we're going to see one, we're like, ooh, okay.
And what number is that ooh number?
Ooh number for me is somewhere right around 9 foot. What we're really hoping for, and I tell guys you got a realistic opportunity to go home with something between 8.5 and 9.5 foot, which is an exponential growth from an 8-foot bear. An 8-foot bear it's like a teenager. He's getting big, but he's gangly. He hasn't grown up yet. Now you see that big mature male bear, all of a sudden your brain just goes, okay, got it. There's mass there. That's an old mature male animal, and that's really what we're focusing on. Age and maturity, size lends to that. So we're looking at all these different features to judge that. And every once in a while we get that one that goes over 9.5, maybe pushes that 10-foot number, and then that's just like the holy grail, right?
Yeah.
And I call those the no-brainers. Those are the ones I say, if you ever hear me go, oh wow, you better just get excited.
Just get ready, grab the gun,
just grab a gun,
load that thing, let's go.
We've seen so many bears between me and my guides that, and it's cool. It's still cool to see the little ones. It's just such a cool experience because you're around bears all day long. Just watching them from the skiff, watching their behaviors. I tell clients the hardest part about our hunt is being patient.
Not shooting the little ones.
Yeah, because we'll get guys, and I had one guy.
Can we shoot that one? Can we shoot that one?
Oh,
is that one big enough?
Yeah. And they like to tell us they're big. That's a huge one. Just wait till you really see a big one.
Yeah.
So I did that with one guy. On the 6th day, we harvested, I believe it was the 48th or 58th bear. It's been a few years now that we had passed up on that trip.
Holy crap.
And we'd passed up 3 bears in the 8.5 to 9 foot range. But I was watching the weather. I was watching all the factors. And I just told this guy, I go, just wait. And he just told me, you're crazy, in a nice way. You're crazy. Yeah. I go, just wait. We ended up taking a 9.5 foot, 28-year-old bear. And that's just like,
Was I there for that?
Long story short, trust your guide.
100%.
They probably know what they're talking about.
Yep.
But we it is all about the weight. Like I had to experience that. Was it the spring or the summer? Like last summer, I had just been on a hunt, and like he was saying with another boy and his dad, and he had shot a massive brown bear or a massive black bear, and I was so jealous. I was like, I'm supposed to be up here. Like I want to shoot one. Like I've take another kid guiding, and he shoots a big one, but
it's my turn.
Yeah, and so that my dad takes me hunting for a couple days, but we never got anything. But he saw what'd you say? You saw the biggest one you've ever seen, and we missed it. But he said it was like one of the biggest black bears he's ever seen, and I was still mad we couldn't get it, but I was like, okay, well at least there's not nothing else out there. Like there's still a lot out there. It's not like he got the only big one.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, huh? When you can come around the next day. In fact, that was a really cool span. The black bear we got for the young guy, the 10-year-old kid, was the biggest black bear I'd ever harvested with a client. and actually that our business had. So that was pretty special.
That's cool.
But then the next day,
Seeing one bigger?
No, the next day we killed one bigger.
Oh, really?
One of my other guides harvested one bigger. So we set our own record 2 days in a row.
That's crazy.
Of the largest black bear we'd ever harvested. And then on what would have been the third day, when now the clients were tagged out and I was finally had some time to take my son hunting. That's one of the hard parts about being an outfitter.
Right.
You know, he does always have to play second, third fiddle, which is tough, I know. But then we went out and saw what would have probably been equal or bigger to those bears, you know. So, and unfortunately, nothing was done wrong. It was the peak of the rut. That bear came out, walked down a beach. We were right on him. Literally needed 2 seconds left. He was just getting set up on him, and I was about, like he was going to pull the trigger, and that bear turned and smelled a sow, and he just took off after, and it was just lost opportunity because of that. But,
so the black bear hunting is the same as the brown bear.
Yep, exactly the same. We just do it a little later in the spring. We do our brown bears are late April, early May. In fact, we hunt black bears and brown bears all the time at the same time. The seasons overlap, but brown bear season ends May 20th. So then we go into black bears from May 20th well into June. And then we do fall bear hunting. We'll kick it back off in September. Totally different hunting experience. Very interactive, much more physical. Our spring hunts can be tailored to any shape of hunter, like any physical condition. We've taken severely disabled hunters. One guy that was in a wheelchair, paralyzed from the chest down. That was a task, but we got him a 9'4" brown bear.
That's pretty
we
awesome.
can really work with those parameters. We take a lot of our, more mature hunters, we'll say in the fall or in the spring. Some of our guys who are in not the greatest shape, we've got knee replacements, hip replacements. We can really work with any physical condition in the spring because we're using those boats so much. And we talk to you about your health. What's your expectations? I mean, we've taken an 86-year-old guy and got him a brown bear. Now, bucket list item. He didn't think he could do it anymore. In the fall, it's totally different. You got to be in shape. We're going to hike the salmon streams. We're walking 2 to 3 miles a day, maybe twice a day, hunting the salmon streams. The bears are down there in the fall. The fish come in. Total different experience. The bears are in that salmon stream.
That's cool.
It is the most intense hair-raising thing you've ever done.
Oh, yeah.
You will have bears at 5 to 10 yards of you all day long, feeding past you. We do a lot of archery hunting during that time of year because obviously, the shot opportunity really
Same
presents.
size bears in the fall?
Oh, yeah. Same size, same bears. They can be a little bulkier because they've been eating salmon all summer long. They're just big, fat, and roly-poly in the fall if they've had a good salmon year. But it's, definitely a different experience. We only take a few hunters in the fall just because you got to work those streams. Yeah, the weather's got to be perfect. Well, the client really needs to be in shape, so we'll take some of our our more ambitious hunters in the fall time.
Younger guys.
Yeah.
What? How many hours of daylight in the fall?
In the fall, it's more standard operating. We'll get up. We actually hunt them more like an elk in the fall. There is one time we hunt them in the morning. Those big boars, again, super nocturnal. They will come out in the morning, or they're just finishing feeding more in the morning. So you might catch them in the morning. And in fact, the last one we got, I'd spot him in the morning, but he was walking upstream away from us, and we were archery hunting. Just could not close that distance, and you don't want to pressure him. A brown bear, once he spooks, you'll never see him again. So I had my hunter. We're just edging along right behind him. He just kept moving further and further up the stream, and then he just ducked into the timber and went to bed. And I said, look, we know where he's at. That was, morning time. Went back, had a nice lunch on the boat, took a little nap. We're back out in that spot that evening, and we ended up harvesting him about 20 minutes before dark. He did exactly what we expected, popped right out where he'd gone in that morning. I go, get ready. He walked and fed all the way down to us.
That's crazy.
Little miscommunication. I thought the client was ready, and the bear steps out at 36 yards. And I'm like, all right, here we go.
With a bow or with a gun?
Yeah, with a bow. And I'm just sitting there going, man, this is a done deal. And I'm waiting for the client. We're so close, you don't want to say anything. I'm waiting for him to draw back. Then the bear turns and starts to walk back upstream. And the client goes, just tell me when. I was like, dude, we're past tell you when. I thought you knew. So bear walks upstream. I'm like, please don't. But then he turned and came back, and we ended up even better shot, 28 yards. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be that close to a bear.
I'll tell you, I've spent a lot of my entire life. My dad was a brown bear biologist. There's nothing, even on that experience right then, and I was carrying my 375, where you feel so undergunned. I was like, why didn't I bring my 416 today? You're sitting there looking at this thing, and you're about to really anger an apex predator. But my experience with bears, it's fascinating how cool it is with archery because it's surgical. That bear just hunched. He didn't know anything had happened. He, you can't really feel it. He knows something happened. He kind of looks around.
Little poke.
And I just tell the client, don't move after you shoot. And they don't have great eyesight. And we're in the brush, and the bear looked around, loped off about 20 yards, and tipped over dead.
Right on the beach.
Mm-hmm. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
So we're in the fall. That covers bear hunting. We also do Sika deer hunting and mountain goat.
Correct. So a couple other really cool experiences. We'll touch on the Sika blacktail first. So Sika blacktail deer, for those of you not familiar with them, small relative of the mule deer blacktail family, found only in Alaska. Truly, you can only hunt Sika blacktail deer in Alaska. So if you're chasing your 29, you got to come up and join us, or your deer slam. But also, beyond that, I'll say this in all sincerity, I've hunted those deer since I was 6 years old. Still to this day, my favorite thing in the world to hunt.
Me
I've
too.
hunted every continent.
I've shot 2 of them, and it's awesome. It's truly an easy, but it's also not easy. It's like, it's an adventure, but it's not a challenge quite. It's not quite a challenge. It's like,
what does that mean?
It's like, it's not super hard to get them. It's not like, if you're lucky, I mean, you don't have to be lucky. You can find a deer. It's just, how big do you want it? Like, I've shot in 2 dinks, but it's still so fun. Like, I was up there with Nicole Reeve, and we shot, and there's 2 on a beach, and they're kind of mingling around. She shot the bigger one, was like, the other one ran off, walked back onto the beach, and they were like, shoot it, and I shot it also, and I shot the other one, and so it was really cool, like a double kill with her. And
so was that off a boat, or was that walking?
No, you have to be on the shore to shoot anything in Alaska.
Right. I mean, but you were hunting it off a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were
jumped on a.
Yeah.
But you were telling me you do some hiking.
So again, I think
not for the clients, or
well, no, where Brecklin's getting at, and he's got great points on that. The other cool thing about Sika blacktail, and again, we can construct this hunt to meet any physical need, any hunter. So for me, and now as he's gotten older, like when he was younger, and you're teaching a young hunter, we did a lot of beach hunting.
Right.
And that's very similar to the bears. We wait for the snow pressures them out onto the beach, cruise around in a skiff, spot and stalk, get out, make your stock, hopefully harvest a deer. That's a great way for young hunters. You like his first deer was that way. I think he was 7 or 8 years old. And that we take a lot of that, work out of it and still get a really cool opportunity. We can also do that with our elder hunters or our less mobile hunters. So we take them in December when the snow pushes the deer down out of the forest. Now for me, and now he's going to start getting into it, he's done a couple with me now, is where you get to really hunt them in the timber. Again, talking about that old growth rainforest. I've never actually hunted a bongo, but I've heard a lot about it, but I think about it that way, right? Like getting in the jungle. And I had a hunter this year, and this was one of the coolest things. He has 4 Grand Slams, and he harvested a Sika blacktail in our coastal jungle with me. And he goes, that was the coolest experience I've ever had, because you're in the brush, you're having to move super slow. We do some calling, we're working these deer, and each year is a new learning experience for me, and just playing with them in there. And again, they just pop up, or you might move 3 feet an hour sometimes. Just creeping through this woods.
And one time we were up there and we were sitting down having lunch, and my dad spots a little doe, and he gets out the call to see how close that doe, what do you think, came within 5 yards of us?
Oh yeah.
It came within 5 yards of us, and we're just standing there still, and my dad's blowing the call like, meow, meow, and it's like, what is that?
You're just doing like a little fawn.
Yeah, we do a fawn in distress.
And it just comes right up to us, like looking around, like, what is that? And then kind of sees us, and it's like kind of turns around, scrambles off. But it was so cool. It got so close to us, but it had no clue, because we're in this big forest where, I mean, anything's like a trap, sort of. Like for them, I feel like, especially with wolves and stuff, it's kind of like, oh, where do I go? Like,
yeah, but so hunting the blacktail is super fun.
So you're probably like on the beach, 100, 200 yard shots.
Can be when we're on the beach. Yep, 100 to 200 yard shots.
When you're in the thick rainforest type stuff, you're like 50 yards and under.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been sometimes 80 yards in the timber. Again, really lends to archery. Also, getting in the timber, we do a lot because we can call them right in. I had some of the coolest hunting I ever had this year. Called in 5 bucks at once.
Jeez.
One hot doe. Just started blowing the call. We'd been hunting all day, me and this client, and we got to a point where I called and I couldn't see it. It all happened on his side. I'm looking one way, he's looking the other. Finally, he kind of gives me a little whistle, and I look over and I'm like, oh my gosh, this doe's running across this little opening, and right behind her is $5. And I was like, pick the biggest one, and that doesn't happen every day.
Yeah.
But that was kind of how it can
Pick
happen.
the lot.
But I think that's what makes those so much fun. And again, it's a 2 deer hunt. So a lot of guys, come up there, get a good representative, and then we can really work away on the big one. Nothing more passionate to me than chasing, those giant Sika blacktail deer.
Check the box and then go find the big one.
So we do that. We couple that up with some really incredible waterfowl hunting. We're hunting sea ducks that time of year.
My favorite
really?
part of that hunt is probably the duck hunting, and it's just so cool. You're just hopping different little like peninsulas and out where, I mean, we all know where it is. Like, Dad knows where it is. All the guides know where the good spots are. But you go out there and you just put out some decoys and
call them in.
Guide sits
No
behind
calling on them.
Guide sits behind the corner, and they'll just come around the peaks and just push them in. And
That's pretty cool.
They're a really unique.
That's a cool experience.
And they're different. We're hunting the sea ducks, so harlequins, old squaw, scoters, all sort. There's 7 different species that we're hunting. So we don't really call. They don't respond to a call, but sea ducks won't fly over land. They will die before they fly over land, because if a sea duck lands on ground, they can't get back up. They can't take off from land.
Interesting.
So they have to be in the water to take off. So they're too terrified. They know survival will stay over the water. So we hunt them at low tide, like Breglin's talking about. We know all these pinch points where the water goes out. Maybe there's only a few hundred yards of water left in there. We set out sometimes 8 to 12 decoys just to draw them that much closer.
there's just like almost herds
Thousands,
of them. Just flocks coming right by your head. And
What's your limit?
So it's 7, technically about 14 ducks per person per day.
Dude, that's a blast.
Yeah. And so that's really fun. And they're the most beautiful things you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So the different species. But then that kind of leads us into our other big hunt thing that we do, and that's mountain goats. And we probably have, and we do have, and I don't like to toot our own horn, but we do have like the most unique mountain goat hunting experience in the world. Where else are you going to go live on a 100-foot yacht and chase a mountain goat? No spike tents.
Yeah.
Little to no hiking. You're back on board every night for a hot shower and a chef prepared meal. Again, pulling the crab pots, the whole thing that we provide there. But chasing true trophy mountain goats in the month of November and December, when you're not only getting the horns, but you're getting these fully haired, beautiful. You get the pantaloons.
That's the real trophy for me, is the full body of hair.
It is to get to hunt them that time of year when you get those. That hair quality is one of the most incredible things. Hunt them right during the rut. So we have a couple different ways we do it. We hunt a glaciated fjord where we're doing it all out of, you live on the big boat. Same concept as the brown bears and the black bears. We're just driving around in a small boat all day. We're watching these giant cliffs, and it's not a matter of if you're going to see goats. It's a matter of when that goat steps to where we can get them. It's just so much varied terrain of waiting for them to move out to where we know we can actually retrieve your goat. We'll watch billies up there that we know are going to die of old age. But that's why we're hunting them during the rut and the snow. And all of a sudden, that big billy that you think is never going to come down, he spots something or gets an itch. Mm-hmm. I got to move mountains. And he's got to come all the way down to the beach to do it sometimes, or halfway down. And so again, can be tailored to any physical ability. We shot a mountain goat 80 yards off the ocean this year.
No way.
Yeah. But that was a hunter who couldn't go up. We had to wait till day 5, I think, into the hunt, but that goat finally dropped down. We actually knew it was coming because we had a female living at the waterline, and I called her bait. I said, a billy will come, and we just waited it out. Sure as heck. Boom, 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 boom. Here it comes down. Cool. And that hunter was able to fulfill a lifelong dream of something that it was actually a female hunter, wouldn't have been able to do that before. She didn't have the physical ability to go up a mountain. Younger guys, we can take them too, and we can hike. If the client can hike, we can get up to those goats too. So it's kind of a fun way to hunt. It's not just for the guy who can't go up the mountain, but it gets opportunities for everybody.
That's cool.
For a long-haired billy without sleeping in a tent. So
that's my type of hunting.
Yeah. And that's why we're really excited to be working with you, because a lot of that's going to be the right shot at the right time. I was showing you some of those pictures today. Really, I think one of the coolest experiences, and our clients have told us this, is the experience of the shooting. Sitting there, we get them all set up. with the right equipment, aimed, ready, waiting for that goat to step out into range. You know, and of course, the further we can shoot on those, the better. It's
the further you can shoot, the bigger the trophy.
100%.
The more selective you can be.
100%.
You're not just shooting what's getting given to you. You're like,
presented.
okay,
Yeah.
here's the pick of the lot. The biggest one's way up there.
Yeah.
Well, and it's never fun to shoot.
As long as you can recover it.
Yeah, that's a big issue, is making sure and you know, I got a great team of young guys who are happy to go up there. A lot of our goats, you know, they've got to go up and get them and bring them back down, but hey, that's their job, not mine.
Do you ever get like a helicopter for recovery or anything
No, you
like
cannot use helicopters in any way in Alaska.
Really?
For any form to aid in a hunt. So no, it's all got to be done on our backs.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that, again, you know, that's why we got to be really careful on where they fall. But we've used ropes. I mean, we've sent guys up there. It's taken 2 days before to get a goat, you know, and they'll rope up there. And
I hope it was a big goat.
It was worth it. It was a pretty cool hunt.
That's pretty cool. Well, we've got we're getting some guns into camp, and we're also doing at least 2 reserve hunts with you. We're gonna do the Sika blacktail and the black bear.
Yep.
So tell me, when are we doing those again, and what's the details? How many people are coming with, and like, let's give them the spiel.
Yeah. So we're scheduling that Sika blacktail for November of 2027. Right during the peak of the rut. We're going to put it right there in the middle of November. Like I said, through years of hunting these, we know exactly when to do it. We'll be flying up into Petersburg, Alaska, probably, or Juneau, Alaska on that hunt. Get you loaded right up on our 100-foot yacht, the Golden Eagle. That boat can hold up to 8 guests. It's got 4 private staterooms. Each stateroom has a queen-size bed, so we're just going to have to decide hunters, non-hunters.
4 solo guys if they want to pay for it. If they want to bring a buddy, we can bring up to 8 people, basically.
Correct. Yep, split it up, and just depends on how guys want to sleep. You know, there's plenty of hunting opportunity. We can easily host, 4 to 8 people. Done that plenty of times. But again, how we want to break the boat up, and then we'll couple in the waterfowl hunting with that. We're gonna have a lot of fun on that hunt. 2 deer per hunter, limit of sea ducks. Get up there and chase those.
And how many days is that?
That's a 7-day hunt.
Okay.
And that's 7 hunting days. You'll fly into camp. Sika blacktail is a nice one where you can hunt them same day airborne. So we'll have you fly out to the yacht on day 1. You're on the boat at night in the morning.
And you're flying in like a
beaver.
Okay, and you're landing on the water next to the yacht.
Yeah. We get out there, we position everything. It's about a 12 to 14 hour boat ride to where we hunt versus you can come over the mountains like we did yesterday.
Right.
And it's a 20-minute float plane ride.
Perfect.
So we're out there, we're ready, the team's in place. You guys will fly into town, whichever town we pick, load you up on a float plane, right over the hill, everything's set. Chef's got breakfast for you.
I love it.
Have a little breakfast, do your paperwork, and we're out hunting that day. Day 7, if we're not tagged out, which is extremely rare, midday, float plane, boom, right back into town, and you're on your way home.
Easy.
So, and then we're looking at the next spring. We've got our peak black bear hunt held for you guys. That's going to be May 23rd-ish. I think we have May 23rd on the schedule right now. It's a couple years out. We could fluctuate a day or two. We're going to do a 7-day black bear hunt, again, aboard our big boat, the 100-foot yacht, the Golden Eagle. And that would be for 4 hunters.
Okay.
Couple observers. Yeah, a couple observers are fine.
Couple wives.
Under special circumstances, we'll take more than 4 black bear hunters at a time. I'm not a numbers guy. I want to create the best opportunity.
Same here.
So we don't want to pack 8 hunters out there because killing 8 trophy black bears in 7 days could get tough. We've done 6, I'll admit it, but that was a whole family. I'd predetermined to it, like, hey, this is going to be rare. They got lucky.
No, let's keep it at 4.
But so to get the best hunting experience, we can go out there, take 4 guys, gals, whatever out there. Again, we can have non-hunters. Beautiful time of year. That is like...
Would you say either of these hunts are good ones to bring your wives along?
All of our
hunts.
What
are they doing while we're hunting?
So...
hanging out with our chef.
Yeah.
We have the best chef. All the crew calls her Miss Lori. She's like everyone's grandma.
Old lady?
She's like...
She seems like an old lady, but she's
make a good apple
pie. She's like mid-50s, but
she's mid-50s, but yeah, we call her grandma.
But she's...
Well, we now have to edit this part out. Miss Lori doesn't hear it. No, Miss Lori's a gem. She is mom to all the boys on the boat. She takes great care of us all, but she's also the chief entertainer. Everybody loves her. She's writing her own cookbook right now based on all of her trips on the boat.
That's cool.
the wives just fall in love with her. She's happy to teach them anything she's doing in the kitchen. So maybe the wives go home with some extra recipes in their back pocket.
Perfect.
Teach them all about seafood, some of the desserts she does. We also typically will have a captain or first mate on board that'll take the wives sightseeing during the day if the weather's right. But again, especially on the black bear hunt, the husbands are back, or we'll just say the hunters are back on the big boat till 2 p.m. It's a really social time, and we're going to go whale watching. We do some beach excursions, all sorts of stuff. The scenery, the wildlife, the everything just lends itself. We're going to have eagles flying by the boat all the time. We got seals jumping up out of the water. You got whales swimming by. Nobody gets bored. We did put full Starlink on the boat. Every room's got a TV. We got a pile of books. We got games. Like, no one has ever left and told me they were bored. In fact, years ago when I bought our first big boat, another older guy goes, wives are going to pay for your boat. I didn't really clue in what he meant. And now I know, not only wives pay for a boat in the sense that they come back because the wives love the boat so much. We've got couples that come every year, and I think they're coming anymore because the wife just likes the vacation.
That's pretty cool. We might have to designate one of these trips as a couples only.
Yeah,
gotta bring her.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
For you and your wife, Derek?
No, I don't.
Future wife.
Yeah, sure. I don't think I can find one in 2 years, but
we'll
have to.
Help you.
The bear one will be a good one.
The bear one is the best one. The deer hunt's fine. Any of our trips are great for wives, but in the November the weather's a little crappier, say, and there's not as much outdoor activity. They kind of do get lend to reading a book or hanging out with the chef. But on the black bear hunts, a lot of the wives go out hunting with the husband and just cruise around in the little boat with them.
Yeah, it's like great. A little scenic with a little killing at the end.
I see a lot of them look out the window and say, weather's good, I'm going out today. And they look out the window and it's raining and they say, we're going to hang out with Miss Lori today.
I love it.
And we're happy to accommodate whatever needs. So no, it's a super cool experience. Wives definitely will want to join, especially on that black bear hunt. Black bear hunting in May, I was just going to say, that May 23rd hunt is probably my guide's favorite time of year. It's really, spring has happened. It's getting warm. It's exciting. The fishing's getting really good. All the wildlife's kicking off. You got your whales back. You got so much going on, and it's
really pretty that time of year. It's kind of like perfect, like not hot, not cold, not like everything's just pretty. Like there's not a lot of rain right then. It's just like it's kind of like the phenomenon every year. Like okay, hurry,
spring's here.
Yeah,
let's have some fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, cool. I'm excited. It's going to be a blast.
I guess I know I'm doing the right job because I'm excited too. And I'm not even joking. I'm not trying to say that from a sales point, but I love what we do. And I love now getting to share that with my son and hopefully soon my daughter. Our wife's a big part of the business. We wouldn't be here without Chelsea. This is just something we do out of passion. We've tried to create the best experience we can. And I'm super excited too about this partnership and working together because, you and I got to meet just recently at Sheep Show and, I think we kind of share that similar passion for business, hunting, clients, the whole thing. So,
my favorite part is sharing the experience with other people.
Yeah.
That's like the whole reason why I do it. Checking a box doesn't really do anything for me, but Africa's the big one for me. Like we're taking 25 people to Africa this year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I'm not even going to shoot anything. I just want to go and give you your first or your fifth experience in Africa, basically.
That's awesome.
Like it's my favorite thing.
You should be a guide. You kind of are a guide.
I hate it. I don't want to have the guide title. That's hard work.
Yeah.
I can do it for like 2 weeks, and then after that, I'm bushed.
Yeah. It's a full-time job, but no, I still love it. It's it's got its ups and downs, and like I said, I haven't pulled the trigger on an animal in Alaska myself. I realized the last time I shot a Sika blacktail deer was 2017 for myself.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I hunt them every year and I'm still excited.
Yeah.
And this year I had a couple days off where I could have gone for myself, and instead I took one of our young employees who's a native Alaskan kid who'd never hunted in his life.
That's so
and I
cool.
was headed out to go hunting for myself, and I looked and he'd always kind of mentioned he wanted to learn to hunt, and I go, you want to go deer hunting? Man, he lit up. And we took him out there, and I got to provide him with his first ever hunting experience. He was lucky enough to harvest a beautiful Sika blacktail. And that was,
it's
as
a better
fulfilling.
experience for you. It's more fun. Like you said, just in my ski race, you'd rather see me get first place than to really get first place yourself.
Yeah, it's true. Especially for you, buddy.
Well, we've got a little shooting to do today and the museum.
Oh yeah.
I
And
think
Dairy Queen.
And Dairy Queen. Yeah, there we go. So I think I actually switched our order. I say we go hit Dairy Queen. We'll do the museum real quick. And then that gives us all evening to shoot for as long as we want.
Yeah, because we would kind of be on a time frame with the museum after.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good.
I say we get after it. Have you decided what guns we're shooting today? Remember, we're testing whatever you think you want.
We're testing a Nexus.
That was your first go-to? Okay, I like it.
And then I also want to try to shoot, what's the other one? Not the Climber, the other one.
The Magnus?
Yeah, I want to try the Nexus and the Magnus.
And what caliber are we starting with?
I think we should start with a 7 PRC.
Okay.
And I also want to try and shoot a 300 wood mag, we said.
You know what we should do? We should grab one of those 375s too.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles.
I'd like to.
What's that?
One of the bear guns.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll round up some ammo.
Okay.
Cool.
Red
Well,
dot, little.
Oh yeah, I'd like to try that. No, we're super excited. I never turned down an opportunity to shoot guns, especially guns this cool.
This is like me and you guys guiding. This is my guiding.
Yeah.
Just going out and shooting.
Yeah.
I think I shot for the first time for fun on Saturday. I mean, like, just pure fun in like the last, I don't know, 10 years maybe.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I bet that felt good.
I don't know. It's kind of boring. It was too easy.
Well, that's just it too. Like, people are like, "Oh, do you shoot brown bears all the time?" I'm like, for myself, I'm like, no. I mean, if I was gonna go hunting, I'm going somewhere else. I mean, I love hunting brown bears. I love hunting.
But it's your job.
It's my job, and you want some different excitement. I get the excitement, and I do get more excitement anymore from seeing a client do it. But
100%.
if I'm going hunting, I'm going somewhere.
Kind of like.
Well,
you're
so
always
that
here.
morning I was shooting with a client. So I did one morning of demos with a client on Saturday, and then the afternoon was a fun shooting with a guy that I met at the gym here. And we were shooting like 1,050 yards with 15 minutes of wind, which is 160 inches of wind or whatever.
Holy cow.
Like, that's a lot.
That's amazing.
And it was just like, ding, and the smile on both of our faces were like, dude, I can't believe you hit that.
Yeah.
It's way more exciting.
Yeah.
It's cool to see. It's almost cooler to see someone else accomplish something than for you to do it yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean.
Yeah.
It's also cool to win.
Oh yeah, when you can do it. I mean, if I was hitting that with that win, I'd be pretty proud of myself too.
Yeah.
I think the coolest part about all this, and what made me really excited, is that picture I showed you yesterday. That I was able to look back through my phone and figure out that
full circle. 5
or so years ago, I have to double check that, 5 or 6 years ago, that the three of us shot together. I found a picture of Brecklin. We were at another client's ranch when Gunwerks had been there doing a demo, and I had to look back to make sure when it was and what it was. But there was a picture of Brecklin, much younger and smaller, on a Gunwerks bench. And when I showed Derek the picture, he was in the background.
I feel so bad because that means I've met you before, and I didn't remember you. But if anyone,
you've met a few people at a shooting thing.
Same with you. Yeah. That's pretty funny. We've all shot before.
Yeah.
We're about to do it again. This time for real.
Yeah.
Well, and I think I remember that trip. I was like, "Dad, can I get one of those?" And he was like,
No way.
Maybe some other time.
Sure, son.
Well, this is that other time.
Because I was like, what caliber did I just shoot? And he was like, I think that was a 6.5 Creedmoor. And I was like, that's not like the other ones. He's like, yeah, that's Gunwerks.
Yeah. So,
But
we
yeah,
still have
'cause
the mug at the
I was
house.
just
That's the
gonna say
funniest
that,
thing. That's how we know. We've got a Gunwerks mug that's been we've used it all the time it was one of the insulated coffee mugs you guys gave us at the time, and it's still sitting at the house. So,
Cool. That's
yeah.
awesome. Well, let's
shoot
go do
some
it.
Guns.
Let's
have
do
a
it.
burger.
Yeah.
Thanks, Derek.
I thought we were getting ice cream.
If you like what you're hearing here, please take a second and give us a 5-star rating and a positive review on iTunes or on your favorite podcast app. We appreciate your feedback and suggestions for topics you'd like discussed or questions you want answered on the podcast. You can reach out on Facebook or Instagram or send us an email to podcast@gunwerks.com. Also, be sure and check out our full offering of long-range gear at gunwerks.com. Use promo code LRP for free shipping on any order.